Okay, hello everyone. This is your first lecture on our content writing workshop. So I will just give you a brief introduction. I am sure you must have visited my website. On this page here, on our workshops content writing page, you will actually get a quick introduction right here, explaining what content writing is and blogging, the prerequisites that you need to register for my course, and why you should take this course. So I don't think I will go really into this detail to save time. You can always go to the website and read up, and if you scroll a bit lower here, you have a detailed breakdown of what we will cover on a weekly basis. This is what we are going to do today. We are going to talk about what content writing is, the significance of content writing, how to improve website ROI, the types of content writing that you should know as a content writer, and how to use relevant images and videos without copyright issues. This is what we are going to discuss in week 1. So let's get to it. I have made some notes about this here, and let me give you an explanation about what content writing is in my own words. To keep it very simple, content writing requires a lot of research. So as a content writer, the first thing you will need to keep in mind is, no matter what niche your client is from and whatever industry their products or services are from, it's your responsibility as a content writer to do a lot of research. That means I'm sure you already use Google a lot for anything you would like to look up. So you have to think from a consumer point of view as well. People turn to Google and other search engines looking for information. So you as a content writer have to provide valuable information on Google. And just like you, there are countless many others who have been writing for much longer than you have. So obviously there is enough information online. So it's your duty as a content writer to conduct enough research and gather all the valuable information you can, so that you can write something that is good for the client that you're writing for. Now, another thing you have to keep in mind is that when you conduct the research, the next step is planning out the content. Because it is important that there should be a good flow, a sound rhythm to what you're writing. Because if you do not sort out your ideas, then it will be scattered information does not make sense to the reader. So it's important that you plan your content. There should be an introduction, there should be a first paragraph, there should be subheadings, there should be the body of the article, and of course a logical conclusion to wrap up the entire idea and present a complete piece of information regarding whatever topic you are writing on. After all of that, the next step is editing. You will have to edit and proofread your content. So I will give you tips about how you can do that in the coming lectures. Now let's talk about the next thing. Let's see, let me highlight what has been done. This has been done. The next thing I would like to talk about is what kind of content you might come across. So we have article writing, we have content for video scripts. Of course, you must have heard about blogging. There are lots of blogs out there. So let's add blogging to this. Then we have podcasts, we have social media content, we have email marketing content, we also have newsletters, brochures, and things like that. You will also have to know how to write ebooks and how to write content for infographics, etc. Now let's talk about the next thing, and that is the significance of content writing. Earlier in this video, I've already explained that people turn to content for any kind of information they need. Even you must be doing the same thing online. So that is the most important role that content plays. We are living in a digital world, and if there isn't proper information available, it will not be really helpful for the business, and it will not be helpful for the potential customers either. So content is very important. You cannot underestimate the power of content. In fact, you will come across many quotes online saying that content is king, and it definitely is. Because if you write good content, you can expect good results. If you write bad content, you can also expect bad results from your marketing strategy, or for the marketing department. So a content writer is one of the most important players in the digital marketing world. So do not underestimate your role as a content writer. You are very, very significant for people like us who are marketers out there. Alright, so I will explain more about digital marketing and targeted audiences in future. Even if I forget, do remind me, because we will have some live sessions along the way. Or you can always write to me, I can always answer your questions. That's no problem at all. Okay, so I'm sure you must have heard about brand awareness. These are some terms that you must have heard about. If you haven't, then let me just explain this online. We talk about brand awareness from marketing perspective, when people get to become familiar with a particular business name online, and the process of doing that is called branding. And for branding, we need content. We need a lot of content, writing articles about the product, sharing that information here and there, social media marketing. And the people that we are actually marketing to are what we call target audiences. The next aspect I would like to address is how to improve website ROI. Now you see, people, businesses or business owners make websites not just to have an online presence. They actually make these websites with the hope of using it to generate revenue, because you must have seen e-commerce websites like or heard about them, like Amazon, Walmart. In Pakistan we have Daraz. These platforms make sales, and that is how they generate their return on investment. Their return on investment means the amount of money they have been pumping into creating those websites, the infrastructure, establishing enough presence online, using advertisement. So how can they improve their ROI? Is through content, because like I said, content is king, and the more informative and the most good to read kind of content you produce, the better, and the easier it will be for the website to target the right audience and convert them into potential buyers, or actual loyal customers over time. So all this depends on content. Aside from that, the better the content, the more the chances of a particular website ranking on Google. And people like us marketers, we use keywords and things like that, and we give those instructions to writers, so the writers can produce something valuable and informative using those keywords that can help a particular website's content come towards the top or in the top 10 search results. So it's all it all depends on content in the end. So the better the content, the more the content, the better or improved the website ROI will be. As you can see here, I've also explained that it will increase the chances of sales. The next thing we should talk about is the type of content writing. You see, as a content writer, I insist that you should practice all of these types of writings. When we talk about articles, they can just be informative articles about maybe travel blogs, maybe how-to articles, things you might find valuable for readers. It depends on what you're writing. You can also classify this as blogs. Okay, but of course there's a difference between what articles and blogs are. We will go more in depth into this later in coming lectures. But generally the most common types of content you will come across in the first few years of your career as a content writer are blogs, articles, SEO articles. Like I explained a few minutes ago, SEO means search engine optimization. That means using keywords in articles to help particular web content to rank on Google and other search engines. Then there is this thing called press releases. If you have been a good newspaper reader, you will get some idea about what press releases are. It's like the digital version of news, and there are particular websites dedicated to press releases. So if you find yourself working in a company that is launching a new product or something, you will end up having instructions to write a press release for that product. Then we have web pages. Web pages are the pages you see on a website: home page, product page, service pages. If you visit my website, you can also see the different pages that I have here. I have the home page, I have workshops page, I have services. These are the different services we offer. All of these pages individually are web pages. So you as a content writer should understand what type of content or what tone to use for every kind of website and web page. For example, now what I mean is, if you're writing for a medical website, your tone will have to be more professional and health related, and depending on what kind of niche you're writing for. Basically, this is a service website, so it was more like to the point, explaining what we do, and corporate. If you're writing for a blog site or a how-to article, it can be casual and friendly. So as a content writer, you will have to know what tone to use for the website content that you're writing, the web pages that you're writing. Then there is this thing we call product descriptions. If you visit e-commerce websites like Amazon, Walmart, Daraz, and other upcoming new e-commerce websites in Pakistan, you will find a brief description of every product there. That is called product description, and there are content writers writing that as well. This requires a specific kind of art to it, because you have to use bullets, you have to give a brief introduction, you have to make sure you mention the key features of the product or whatever it is you're selling that your client is selling. And of course there should be flow, and plan your content right. Then we have this thing called infographics. Infographics are images using diagrams and a bit of content. We will go into all these things in more detail in coming lectures, so I'm just giving you a brief intro right now. You will get tips on how to write infographics, and mind you, to write this you have to do a lot of research, so be ready for that. Emails. If you find yourself in a company that uses email marketing, then you will need to learn how to write emails that can help get more website traffic, how your content can entice people to click on particular links you share in those emails, maybe offers, maybe lead magnets or things like that. So when we go into email writings, I will discuss this in more detail later. And then there are these things called brochures. If you are a content writer in a company that takes all kinds of projects, you might find yourself having to write a brochure for a university or school or college. So I will explain this in the coming lectures as well. This one too will require a lot of research, and if you are lucky, you will see a lot of samples online. So you can always use those samples and build upon them, and make them better. Then there are product reviews online. This means you can find yourself in two situations. You can either find yourself in a situation where you have to promote the product. That means you have to give a positive review, but do not make it like completely positive. Always keep it like 95 positive, 5% negative, so that it does not look over promotional. And if you find yourself in a competitor's company that wants to give a negative review for another person's product, then you follow the opposite of that. Go 95 bad and 5% good. It can be a lot of fun actually, content writing. If you become a content writer, you never know what kind of scenarios you find yourself in. So anyway, then we have blurbs on social media. I am sure you must have seen a lot of texts on social media where there are two-liner descriptions about whatever product or service a particular company is offering. So in that case, you can use the keyword, you can use hashtags, and just write something catchy and reasonable, crisp, meaningful, to the point. So I think that is all for this video, and I think we have covered about everything here. So let me end this video and make the next video so that you can read over it at your own leisure time. Thanks for your time, and feel free to leave questions, email me, or just get in touch with me. Thank you very much.